individually speaking,
So-
my utopia might look different than your
Some
utopia.
dystopia be the utopia for somebody.
Maybe. Interesting notion. All right. So now that we have the definition of a utopia, did everyone get a chance to write that down? All right. Knowing the definition now and having it in your notes, what is an example of a utopia? Think about it and then go ahead and write your answer.
You mean a living example, a real example of utopia?
Yeah, your example of what a utopia would be.
Everything you want out of the last book in the universe.
So you're the reason you asked that question, because that is you.
If you're not modified, you're not living it up.
Make sure you hit send when you're done with your answer.
That might sound weird.
Can roll with it.
Explain.
I like that. That's great.
What was that, Dora? What was you said?
Well, it's not what I said. I said my answer might not make sense, but it can be explained. And see, it's saying on my answer that I like that.
Are we going to see other people's, or is
You can't, we can. I can ask if anybody wants to share this.
why not?
Do you want yours?
Be proud of your answer. If people don't like it, well, they're not like it. I like the people who tell me I too much peanut butter on the sandwich. They're just not necessary in my life.
You just don't need that kind of negativity. It's true.
I'm more of a jelly person. Put jelly on my sandwich and peanut butter.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think collectivism would go well in this class. We're all very much individuals.
I don't know, peanut butter and honey is not too bad.
Never.
Yeah, peanut butter and honey is really good. Otherwise, I don't even want peanut butter on my sandwich.
Well, like for me, I like jelly, but I like Concord brand jelly on my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And if I had to choose a peanut butter brand, not Skippy.
All right, does anyone want to share theirs?
Yeah,
Okay, okay. And share. Perfectly sound anarchy and single world government.
Okay, now I can understand that answer actually.
Yeah?
But it's, I mean, like, it can't
Okay, the
happen
way-
like that.
Okay, well, perfectly sound anarchy to some would, you know, in the basis of anarchy, total destruction and chaos.
We would need to be enlightened. Humans at this point in our evolution cannot stand, cannot handle,
That's because there isn't a perfect.
not right now. There's also not a lot more equipment.
Does anyone else want to share theirs?
Yeah, go for it.
I'll say mine because it's kind of opposite of Gabe, so it's more interesting.
You're like, out of spite and out of argument, I will share my answer.
Yeah, pretty much.
I wouldn't say it's out of spite, it's probably more to just argue.
More of a debate. I don't argue at
It
debates.
seems like me and
Is that
Tyler
one yours?
disagree
Check
on
and see if that one's
everything.
yours.
Oh, yeah, it's
It
mine.
is? Okay.
You
Do
just
you
have
want to talk
different
about that for a
political
second?
views.
Pretty much. For everybody in the last book of the universe, well, first of all, who's actually read that book? Cool, so
What-
you get
What book?
the last book in the universe. That's-
I don't read.
I almost read that.
It's not too bad a read, actually. But for
I started
everybody who
reading it.
isn't, a modified
I was
pretty
in like
much.
5th grade, I started reading it, and then my mom
Okay,
was
we're gonna let
like,
Keegan
"Yeah,
talk about
sex."
his. That's the one that's being shared right now.
For everybody who isn't pretty much a modified human, life is purely a dystopia. And for everybody who is a modified human, you live in pretty much a better part of society, you are better, and for you it is a utopia. Everything's
So,
perfect for you.
kinda
Everyone
like-
else is beneath you.
Like, you're like the upper class.
Exactly. As we all know, upper class live their own utopias. And so,
Kinda
like
like-
I said, everybody has their own utopia. So for mods, really, everybody is individualized in their answer. So
write down the definition of a dystopia. A society characterized by misery, oppression, and the illusion of a perfect society. So let's break this definition down a little bit. Misery. Sad. Kind of not an extreme sad.
It's like sad to the fifth.
Sad to the fifth. I like it. Oppression. It's oppression.
You're pretty much forced into being beneath everybody pretty much. Well, what were you gonna say?
A very unfair courtesy.
Yeah, actually, that actually makes sense.
Awesome. That's a great way to look at it. I always think of like this giant hand kind of forcing you,
Pushing you down,
Yeah.
oppressing you.
oppressing you. Not you.
Definitely oppressing.
But let's talk about this last part. With the illusion of a perfect society.
What you're doing is pretty much collectively overall good and perfect in the world, and you are necessary to that order that makes it perfect.
Yeah.
Well,
And
it could be that, and it could be an array of other things.
Exactly.
Kind of like what, like World War II, how Hitler, they kind of.
The illusion of the
Yeah,
perfect
the
society.
illusion of everything was going all right outside of Germany.
He was trying
Great
to create a
connection
one
there.
world government but he had very, very bad intentions. One
So that would be
world
on paper.
with a single ruler.
Let's think everybody's a good idea.
What a smart class. All right, can you think of an example of a dystopia?
That's totally.
I was gonna say, I was really looking forward to your answer from the utopia. We would get to see that.
Answer to the first one? I put traditional values.
Okay.
Is there an autocorrect on here? Something like.
I don't believe so. Like a red squiggly line, spell check.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like since it's Apple, if you hold it on there, you can like make something come up, but I'm not quite sure. I'm not tech support.
Maybe in good connection.
I don't know, you're that one.
Do you mind sharing? Okay. See what it was.
I wrote North Korea.
Actually, really good connection. Props.
Props, which means good job, right?
GG.
So it's,
And then Tyrell, you want to share yours?
I said Hitler,
Hitler.
I said-
Previous example.
I said broken. Orderly, but broken.
or propaganda itself, because it's.
You can share mine.
Yeah, and that's actually a great characteristic.
That's
of a
because we're
dystopia that
reading
we'll talk about.
Anthem, so it's probably what you're trying to get at. So it's
Yeah.
You can share mine.
A congressional yet militant rule over a large populace.
yeah. I thought we were
You see
talking
marching
about what your
band.
pro is like.
Anyone else want to share theirs?
Put one world two together that they were giving illusion of the perfect society with the perfect people. When in all reality, he was creating a living hell for people of different statures.
Absolutely. That's great. So not only do you have an example, you have an example for the whole definition, which is awesome. Great job.
Goals.
Anybody else want to share? All right, so dystopias through the worst case scenarios, dystopian literature, it brings a criticism to a social norm or a political system or a value, right?
Like how in collectivism, when they tell you you're pretty much nothing in your cog in the machine, but the criticism of that social norm would be like without a singular cog running the whole thing or helping it, the machine is brain.
So like, it's.
So you're living a lie. In a sense.
In a sense.
In a kind of harsh, industrialized, life-moving sense. You're living a lie.
So there are 6 dystopian characteristics that describe the society. And we're going to look at them one at a time. We're going to see what they're all about. So this would be right to take notes on. Instant. Nudge, nudge. All right, the first dystopian characteristic is going to be citizens live in a dehumanized state. What does dehumanized mean?
It's taking away the value of human life.
You are nothing and you will mean nothing if you live or die.
That really hurts my feelings. There's no talking about it.
But, I mean, if he was saying that, then you'd be dehumanizing, and then you wouldn't care if you have feelings, because you'd be dehumanized by your feelings.
To be human is to feel. Thus the lesson we learned from Bicentennial Man.
No problems.
I love that movie.
So to dehumanize somebody is to take away their human qualities. Dave, that one doesn't work. I'm going to have to use the one up here. Sorry. To take away those human qualities that you have, your personality, your spirit.
Everything that is what makes you human and above the rest of the other animals.
So school would be a pretty good example of that.
Really?
We're not individuals at school, and we're
This
we're
topic,
dehumanized.
if
You
you-
can't
one second.
come how we want. Or like, your appearance,
One thought at
they
a
take away
time.
your style, they make how you talk, they change that. So they're in a way dehumanizing you.
I can see the logic behind that one. However, does this conversation right now not prove that there is individualism?
It does prove that there is
I hope
very,
so.
in some ways.
Like, I'm not trying to just like argue against you, but I'm saying that like you have valid points, but then some points that they can poke holes in.
But the perfect individualism in school would imply that you would have a collective grade. Or not
Well,
individualism.
Collectivism?
But
But they do standardized testing and that considered collective. Because it's over the masses, not compared to what your ability is.
But they test it according to the masses, yes, but overall, what your individual score is, they can either help you or leave you in the dust.
So let's bring this
Thus
back
begging
to
your individual needs.
let's bring this back to Anthem. Is there a dehumanized state in Anthem?
Yes.
The whole book is dehumanized.
There is
They
no
don't even have
human
names.
anything in
Got-
One at a time. Go ahead.
There's no human anything in there. Like, there's one guy who was trying to fight against it, and he wins eventually, sort of. But the rest of them are just screwed. They're screwed, they have no human.
The House of Scholars, afraid of knowledge.
Yeah, that was the greatest irony, but it was because it was knowledge that they themselves do not know, and because it is unknown, they fear it. Because to not know something means that it can potentially do something that you have no idea about.
And it's a
Depends
way,
on-
that's pretty human, but,
Well, to fear the unknown is a natural thing. If you don't know what's going to happen, why would you mess with it?
to take away human individuality would mean we wouldn't be able to progress as a race.
No.
So, to take away